Alright, so we're at the Nancy Drew Convention and we are interviewing
Carol Dirksen.
Carol. Okay, awesome. So is this your first day at the convention or have you been here for a while?
I have been to several. My first day, no, I came actually Wednesday morning. The convention started out with a brunch at my house in Orlando, so I started there, and then came along with the groups all day Wednesday until today so far.
So what's your favorite thing about this convention so far?
The brunch at my house. No, just kidding.
Brunch at your house. That sounds like fun. Did you guys have traditional Nancy Drew food?
Well, actually, we did look in one of the books to see what traditional food was, and actually, most of the books they had eggs and coffee, so I had that covered.
Eggs and coffee, nice.
Yeah, but no, I think my highlight right now so far was the Rudy Nappy talk.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay. How many conventions have you been to?
This is my third Nancy Drew convention. No, I went to Phoenix, I went to Chicago, went to Lancaster County. This is my fourth Nancy Drew convention. And then I've also been to one convention of the Phantom Friends, which is a group of just all juvenile series, not just Nancy Drew.
Uh-huh. And how did you get started with Nancy Drew?
Well, of course, I read them as a child, as most people who are involved do. And over the years, I kind of lost interest. You know, I grew up, went to high school, got involved in boys and makeup and life in general. And then about 15 years ago, when we moved into the house that we're in, my mom called and said, okay, you have plenty of room now, get all your stuff out of my house. And in that stuff was my crate of Nancy Drew books. And that was, of course, the precursor. It was 15 years ago, and the internet was very new. But I went to the internet and did a search for Nancy Drew just to see what would come up. And I found a group that was like part of Mystery Net, I think. But it was a lot of the same people that are in the Nancy Drew sleuths. And I just started talking to these people online about 15 years ago, and it's kind of evolved from that.
So are you a Nancy Drew collector?
I am.
What's your coolest thing that you have in your collection?
Coolest thing I have in my collection? Oh gosh. Well, two cool things right now. I had my two favorite books are Side of the Twisted Candles and The Secret of Mirror Bay. And I have both of those from my original collection from when I was a kid, and I got to have Rudy Nappy sign them today, so that was really cool.
Oh wow, that must be awesome. Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And to finally, get the signature on there, that's really cool. So what is one piece of advice that you learned from Nancy Drew that you would say is important?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
She never took no for an answer, and I've used that in my life a lot because people will say no, or no, we can't do this, and you're like, well, what if we do it a different way, or why can't we do it this way, and I've always learned that if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Great. So, in addition to being persevering and determined, what else, was there a time where you had to use that?
I don't think really. I can think of off the top of my head.
Was there a time when you tried to pretend to be Nancy Drew?
All the time. When I was in 6th grade, I had a really good friend, and we used to play Nancy Drew all the time. And I've actually lost touch with her for years and years and years. And in the last year, we reconnected on Facebook.
What kind of cases did you guys solve?
It was mostly outside. We were just kind of looking around for clues outside. And I don't know that we had any specific cases, but we would always kind of spy on our neighbors and things like that.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.